Hi everyone, welcome to August 2017. Wanted to pop in here real quick and do just a little bit of a hello. Let you guys know that as of now, private readings are back to normal. Thank you so much to all of those that ordered a private reading and put up with my nonsense. I had just a whole bunch of stuff happen right before I left Indonesia, which was like so typical of the whole experience there. Dealing with immigration. They held my passport hostage for like a month, and it was like the day before I had to go when I finally got it. So I spent like 3 days waiting, systems down in Jakarta and all this, like, I don't know, it was just like a total mess. But so thank you for those that put up with me. And yeah, so it'll be back to normal. Also, quick announcement for freebies for Leo, okay? Every month, whoever's birthday month it is, I will be offering free solar return reports. So if you order a tarot card reading, I'll include, it's like a 20-page report that talks about the themes for the upcoming year based on your birthday and your residence location, okay? So it's kind of like a snapshot analysis of things that you can expect with your specific transits and things like that. It's kind of a cool report. I ran one for myself for being here in Budapest on my upcoming birthday in September. And I don't know, it's kind of cool to look at. So that's available for you as well. I'm gonna be doing a Bali video, another one. I know I already did one regarding the astrocartography, and I'm gonna do another one now that I know a little bit more about it. Kind of analyzing what happened when I was there and kind of associating it with transits, things like that. And also being here in Budapest and how it really is going to be affecting my chart. And like I said, I am offering astrocartography analysis in a more simple form for some of you who are interested in vacationing or moving to a new city and whatnot, just so that you can kind of get an idea of how the planets will shift and the possibility of having different aspects of your personality kind of be activated based on where your planets are located. So it's kind of a cool thing. And I will be doing that probably in the next month, as well as my new astrological video for Venus. I did one on Chiron already, and I have a whole new format that I'm going to do for Venus, which I'm pretty excited about, because the first one was kind of just like haphazard, just kind of threw it together, but to hopefully make it more valuable for you so that you can understand how your Venus affects the way you love and interact with people and the way that you appreciate beauty and life in general. So keep your eyes open for that, and that's it. I'll let you guys go. Thanks so much. Bye. Hello Virgo, how are you? Welcome to your August 2017 reading. Thanks so much for being here. Let's just go ahead and dive right in. Okay, this one came popping out, so we'll go with that. Two of Pentacles reversed. You know, it's time for you to become authentic. You know, there's no need to continue to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. And it's important for us to acknowledge a need to simplify our life and to make it easier. To make it easier on ourselves. And yes, there are still obligations, and yes, there are, you know, it's real life. You know, you can't just completely abdicate all responsibility and shirk everything you're supposed to do. But to make everything you do more meaningful and to make it more purposeful, because it's very possible that the mask that you've been wearing has become very, very heavy and you're no longer able to keep up that facade. Okay. This is a gateway energy to really attaining access to your higher self and to your truest form of authenticity and self-love as well. And, you know, when you're not trying to be everything to everyone, and also not, you know, projecting judgments onto others as well for the choices that they have made, you come into alignment. You come into alignment with your higher self, which is hard to do when it comes and goes, but this may be a perfect month for you to find that. Seven of Wands reversed. You're not fighting anymore. You know, it's likely that you were, or that you, I feel like the words that are coming to my mind, I feel that you feel that you're required to fight, and you may be actively, turning your back on that fight. Now, I don't know exactly what that means. Some of you who are in relationships, you maybe have been going through something or have kind of an issue on the table right now. For those of you who are single, it's like the dating, it's like, God, I'm just going to give up. I'm not going to try anymore. I'm just going to try to just let it happen and not maybe put myself in a, like almost like a non-active search. Like, you'll be active in your own life, but you're not going to be actively dating like on an app like Tinder or something. You're just going to be hoping or, saying, I'm just going to live my life. I'm going to go to cafes. I'm going to go to the movies, the bookstore, going to go shopping or whatever it is you do. I don't know, rock climbing, yoga, all that stuff. And I'm just going to do that. And if I meet someone doing that, then great. And if not, then great. At least I'll be doing things that make me happy. And the Fool. It's the starting over. The new cycle has already begun. You've already embarked upon this, okay? So you may be kind of trying to really define the sense of self a little bit as well. And we've all been in hermit mode. We've all been retreating. We've all been going through that. You are no exception, okay? And but it's all for the greater good. You have the sun back here. You have, the blessings of the universe upon you. And now it is time for you to begin your new set of lessons in a more humbled place, a more humbled state. And Two of Cups, love in the background. Love either behind you, or some of you may have entered into commitments recently. Some of you may have reconciled or had a conversation with someone recently. I don't know. Well, let's see. I don't know where it's going. Seems to me like there's something out of sorts. Or you are questioning your ability to create. Like, you're really not sure. There does seem to be a sense of like not sure, right? Because I think that you're shedding layers that you've been wearing, and now you're like, oh, this feels weird. Like, you're not feeling like your natural self, your natural state. I think there's excitement and there's enthusiasm and there's a lot of beautiful things going on, but you're not like really sure how to kind of handle it or how to really take it, and what does this mean. And there's new feelings and new sensations, and there's maybe even a new sense of self-empowerment that is foreign to you as well. And now you're like, oh wow, like I manifested something, or I created something, and I'm now starting to understand the capability of my own mind. But you don't want to, but I'm seeing fear here as well, okay, being fearful of that. There's no need to be afraid of what your ability to create. There's no reason to be shocked or, surprised that you're able to do that. I mean, there's no reason. So there's no need for you to sink into a negative pattern, because Virgo can be very prone to doing that. Very self-critical, self-inflicting, right? Inflicting a lot of emotional pain on ourselves just by, talking down to ourselves. Virgo, I'm a Virgo, I understand. And some of you, that's not always so extreme, it depends on your charts and everything like that. I'm just being more generic. But be careful not to fall back into that pattern, because the universe has given you a chance to break free from that pattern, all right? And if it is a self-destructive pattern, it's important for you to remember not to recycle that toxic behavior if you don't have to. I mean, you can go for it. It's your life, but you don't have to. Eight of Cups. Some of you may have left something behind, a love. Maybe there really was a connection that you shared with someone that you just really needed to let go of. Why? Because you're on your own path, your own soul's journey. This is the journey of the soul, the Fool. We are the fools, and the fool's journey is our life. And sometimes we come to moments of recognition that this is the journey of my soul, and this physical world is where I'm supposed to learn and to become better, to become more wise and knowledgeable. And, not everyone is always going to be on that same journey with you. Okay, and this takes strength. That's why it's number 8, associated with strength. It takes power and willpower, and it takes courage to walk away from something that maybe you really loved, someone that you really loved. But you can't doubt yourself on the other side of that. You manifested this, okay? Or you are manifesting this. So if you manifest something and then don't walk through that door, you're just holding yourself back. I'm seeing a lot of anti-aggressive energy, but this is like a good aggressive energy that you need in order to get things done, or that you need in order to walk through that, into that new chapter of your life. Maybe some of you found love. Did some of you find love this month? Some of you found a connection. Some of you found a connection with your own soul. You found a connection with the Creator, with the universe. You found a connection with those around you. Something was renewed, perhaps. Okay, I'm not sure what's going on here. It's going to be different for everybody. But there is love. King of Pentacles, your king. Okay, your partner, your significant other, someone that is solid and provides grounding and provides goodness. Now this may be coming for you, okay? This may be like, maybe some of you left something and it's because you're really ready for something more substantial, something real, something good with a good person, right? And someone that can provide that stability factor, which you are seemingly lacking at this point in time. There could have been a difference in ideals, okay? Because when a fool breaks out, it's usually because they've discovered something about themselves or about life that they need to explore and they need to learn. And this is only a journey that someone can do on their own. So if you are in a relationship, or if you have a family situation or whatever, and you are breaking free, your soul is like screaming something out at you, you must leave. But I think that there is hope for something more. There's something bigger and something better on the other side of that. See, there's conflicting messages here. Yes, moving on, not moving on. Move the cards over. Sorry. It's like your head is already going, and then your heart's like, nope. So it's like your head is thinking with your heart. I'm going to say something weird. Maybe you're not going to get this. Your head is thinking with your heart, but your heart is thinking with your head. Like cups in the mind, swords in the heart. It's kind of like opposite, right? It's kind of like not the way it's supposed to be. And I think that you're kind of working against yourself just a little bit, because you're just not sure. When a Queen of Pentacles is reversed, she's not sure. And again, you manifested this. You are manifesting this as we speak by having your heart in that place and then your mind in a different place. You're kind of making your life a little bit harder at the moment, causing fear. But there's no need to fear. This is just a hope and fear, and that's it. But this is what's already happening. This is where you're already going. And there's opportunity for progress. There's opportunity for growth, creativity, goodness. If you are, trying to work something out with your significant other, this would be a card of counseling. If you are totally single and you're wanting to date, This would be like going out in a more business sense. I often feel like more work related type of networking. There could be someone in the realm of your work, okay, with the pentacles coming out here. So keep that in mind. Okay, we got one popping out, 6 of Wands in the upright. Beautiful. Card of celebration, of honor, of goodness. Okay, but be careful not to let your ego get in the way. All right, because sometimes we can be like, not we Virgo, just everybody. You can be haughty, you know, and think that you're better than other people because you've figured something out in your life and now all of a sudden you're on. No, just remember that everyone has their own path, right? That's a super important thing. And to not judge them for learning at a different rate than you. I mean, that's, gotta be careful with that one. You know, you don't want to let people kind of just walk all over you just because you're understanding, but hopefully you understand what I'm saying. And the moon. See, I do feel like you came to consciousness about something. There was some illumination in your life, some like aha type of moment. Like, I get it, I understand, because you've left the darkness of the moon. You've left the big question mark. Now it's interesting because this is the card of Pisces, and then we have the next, the other one. So let me try to explain this. So Pisces rules the 12th house in astrology, okay? And then we have Aries coming in with the first one. That's like the next one in the cycle, right? If you're going counterclockwise or in order. And I often see the Fool as being that from 0 to 1, from 0 to Aries, okay? Being represented with the Magician in tarot. That moment of entering into consciousness, like you have officially become like unconscious or just like an entity, and then becoming aware that you are an entity, right? Becoming aware of something. So I do feel like you're making that transition, that type of energetic transition from the darkness into the light, but you maybe quite haven't reached that awareness yet. I think you're still en route to getting to that magician energy, okay? And death reverse. So something in the past broke down or is maybe still breaking down. Yes, be very careful of repeated patterns and the tendency or the desire to repeat something, because this feels good, you know, this is love, this feels amazing, this is like the soulmate card, right? But obviously something wedged in, differences in personality, differences in life, differences in philosophy. I'm sensing a spiritual depth that has occurred, because a lot of these cards are very, you know, ethereal in nature, I guess, if you will. And through your own evolution, you have attained a higher level of awakening, I guess you could say. And maybe there are people around you that just are not on that playing field. Okay, I just noticed my camera stopped. You didn't really miss that. I didn't cut off too much. It just stopped randomly. The one thing I was about to say was, I feel like this person here is maybe not the most spiritual person, right? Like they are more concerned with the physical aspects of life, the retirement account, the securities, the home, the investments, the growth, that kind of thing. But you have kind of turned upside down on that material aspect, on that material belief system, you know, and where those things no longer serve you because you're realizing or coming to a new level of understanding that those are not the sources of happiness or something like that. but yet this person will be a nice balance for you, or if this is your significant other, they will be a nice balance for you, because you are still, after all, living in a physical world. We can't all just like shirk our responsibilities and be like, okay, I'm just going to be a spirit now, as much as we would like to do that. And here's the card of Virgo reversed. Slow moving, maybe on this, even the stubborn level. Be careful of your tendency to be judgmental or to project your own insecurities and feelings of inadequacy onto other people. Sorry for the noise. I am in Budapest now, and it's much, much, much quieter, but there's no air in this room, air conditioning, so I have to open the window. And there is like a commerce street down below, so there is noise. So anyway, the High Priestess is that, you know, you're super in your spiritual place right now, Virgo. Really connected in a very deep place of, you know, whether there's been a lot of meditation going on or a lot of soul searching, a lot of writing, a lot of creativity maybe, really finding that different realm, a lot of exploration. I'm really sensing exploration, and I don't know why, but a real desire to be better, right? Because the material world is not satisfactory anymore. And love, okay, relationships, I'm feeling like maybe some of you are needing a more spiritual connection or a more spiritual plane with someone, rather than such. It's odd for a Virgo, because being an earth sign, you know, we all have these spiritual sides though. I feel like you're really tapping into yours. The beginning and the end. What did I say? You have the Fool, and we have the World, and this indicates to me that you are coming to a full level of understanding about something, and a lot of that has to do with a lot about who you are and what will satiate your desires. You know, your spiritual desire to understand where you came from, to understand your creator and the universe on a more, you know, a deeper level. Ace of Wands, beautiful card to have. It's a chance to take an action. Some of you may be creating a lot of new projects. Some of you may be aligning yourself with people that think along the same lines as you. A lot of this Eight of Cups can often be, you know, finding new circles, new people to talk to, new groups and associations and clubs and things like that, right? So that you can talk openly about these things that you've discovered. Because let's be honest, you know, cultural conditioning is such that, you know, we talk about past lives, and we talk about the zodiac, and we talk about tarot and all these things. And most people, you know, they laugh and they think you're silly that you believe in these things. And they, you know, you have to be careful about who you talk to sometimes. You know, even me as a tarot reader, like, I don't just openly go out and say, yes, I'm doing this, and yes, I know you're a Taurus, so these are your personality traits or whatever. I'm very closed-mouthed about that. Not because I don't have, you know, if someone were to ask me, like, yeah, I'll talk about it all day long. But, you know, you do need to be careful with that, because you're just kind of, you can, if you are talk about this kind of stuff with the wrong people, you're opening yourself up to a lot of ridicule. Now, I'm not saying that you care. You might be like, whatever, I'm going to talk about all I want. But I think when you start getting deeper, and like I said, if you're getting into talking about past lives, and even, you know, the whole high conspiracy of like the ultimate control and the dark occult and all sorts of stuff, like some of you may be kind of be delving into an education phase. I'm seeing that because of this card here. And you're like, I want friends that I can talk to about this stuff. I want people in my life that I can talk to about my spiritual evolution and the development of my soul and why I'm really here. And some of you may be leaving relationships behind because your partner just doesn't understand. They're not as awakened as you are. They're not as in tune with the truth, which is what she's holding, the Torah, truth. They're not as in tune with the truth as you are. And it's been holding you back. In some ways, for some of you, not all of you, but for some of you, love has held you back. Okay? Page of Cups. Cutting ties with the past. I'm seeing a lot of practical progress for you, Virgo. A lot of realignment. Like I said, I think your social circles are changing. And I think some of you, like, if your partner's not on board, you're just going to be like, okay, well, fine then. I'll just, it's not going to stop me from believing it. It's not going to stop me from changing. It's not going to stop me from understanding something that I truly know is true. Okay? I don't know why I'm feeling inspired to say those specific things, Virgo. I really don't. Nothing like is that personal in my life? I don't think that really is for me, but just feeling inspired to say it anyway. And Page of Cups, the messenger, right? Hearing what you want to hear. But again, I think the more and more you hope that you're going to hear what you want to hear, the less and less likely it is that it's going to come. This is true action in alignment with your newfound spirituality or your newfound level and depth of spirituality. Ace of Wands is a beautiful, beautiful thing. See, there's like this putting down you're not like all of these. It's like you're just not working so hard. Like why are you making your life so hard? Or I'm not asking you, I'm saying that's kind of the and now we have a car alarm going off. I'm gonna find an apartment, guys, where it's quiet. Like, I promise, that's my mission while I'm here, is finding a place with no people. I may move out to the countryside, we'll see. 10 of Wands, I'm not saying that you're giving up, I'm saying that you're deciding that things aren't worth it anymore. The simplification was like the first thing that came out of my mouth, right? Simplification and reaching a point of authenticity. Why are you making your life so much harder than it needs to be? And you're like, okay, I don't want to anymore, so I'm just not going to do it. I'm going to turn off my camera for a minute until that alarm goes off. Hold on. Okay, it's not going off. Hopefully it was not too loud for you guys, but it's actually not an alarm from the street. It's an alarm from someone's apartment. So hopefully it's not some burglar or something. Welcome to Europe. Yay. Okay, so we just did the 10 of Wands. 3 of Wands. I like the wands happening because it's like, it's the what you're doing, Like, I think you're really tired of waiting and really tired of waiting for a sign, waiting for messages and things to come. And it's like, okay, well, it's not coming, or it hasn't come, or it maybe didn't come in the form that you thought or what. And so you're just like, you know what? I'm just going to just do it. I'm going to do what I want. I'm going to make this change happen. As difficult as it may be, because likely it has been difficult, and if you were hanging on to a connection that wasn't serving, some of you, I think, were hanging on to connections for a very long time. It wasn't just like a shot in the dark, quick thing, I think that a lot of relationships ended over the past 6 months. A lot of new relationships began. A lot of relationships began and ended in the last 6 months, and I think it was really a reflection of, for some of you, not all of you, but it really was a reflection of your misalignment, right? You not being true and honest with who you really are and with your higher self, and acting against that self or that part of yourself that was speaking truth to you. And you've come to a realization that it's no longer serving, you're simplifying your life. And a lot of you are really cutting out the past and saying no more. I can't take, like some of you are even to that point, it's like I can't take it anymore. I can't do it anymore. You gave so much, you tried so hard. Moving into the future, the King of Cups, interesting. You know, I'm really starting to change my mind on who this King of Cups is, because it is the Scorpio energy, the Scorpio archetype, okay? And some of you may be dealing with a Scorpio or a Taurus, but I'm kind of feeling like this is someone with a lot of spirituality. They may have a tendency toward the darkness, okay? Or they're not afraid of the darkness because they may live in the darkness. And when I say darkness, I mean deep realms of spiritual consciousness. Not bad, right? Darkness is not bad, okay? It's the unseen, the unknown. And it's a part of you that I think you are reaching as well, okay? Even though you're kind of tending to try to cling to the path, because I think some of you have reached a path where it's starting to like, you're not going to be able to turn back because you know too much now. You're too connected with your spirituality. You're too connected with love. Not love with another person, but love. Okay? This is not about relationship. It's about the love of creation. It's the energy that is all around us that's keeping us all intact. Okay? And I think some of you are playing that balancing act, again, the Two of Pentacles, that balancing act where, because without love, it's like the absence of love means presence of fear. And so you're playing that balancing act. It's like finding love, moving on, moving into deeper realms of spirituality, and then fear of actually obtaining it. So you're like going back. So it's like you're playing this push-pull game between love and fear. But here you have someone, I'm not getting a negative vibe from this. Normally I do. Normally a King of Cups comes out and I'm like, oh, be careful, guys. But you know what? No, like this is someone that maybe has the world together, maybe has on the outside this projection of everything the world expects them to be. But on the inside, they are very, very connected with like ethereal elements, okay? Maybe even a little bit like, I'm going to use the word even like psychic, right? When you think of a Scorpio and even a Pisces, Cancer, right? All the water signs together, they are just more intrinsically deep. They have those deep emotions, okay? Especially Pisces, which is the ruler of the 12th house. And what did I just say? Here's the card of Pisces, okay? And this is someone that much better matches where you're headed and where you're going. Someone that much better matches your desire for connection. Leaving the desire, the worldly desires behind, almost. Stability, okay? Strength, support. Celebration, things worth celebrating your own spirituality, finding stability in an unstable, by taking like unstable actions, right? By leaving, 8 of Cups, by leaving, you find stability. So it's like you need to let go of stability for just a moment, like just let go. It's kind of like you've got two boats, kind of like this, right? On the water, two boats, and you're trying to cross from this boat, which is taking you in the wrong direction, over to this boat. And for a moment, there's like that merging where they come very close together. So you've got one leg here and you've got the other leg here, one on each boat. And the only way you're going to get to where you need to go is by releasing yourself from this one and letting this one drift off And by doing so, you will find stability. Right now, you've got one foot in and one foot out. Okay, you've got conflicting here. One foot in, one foot out. But you know you must let go. And you know there is stability found on the other side of you. So please be cognizant of your level of fear that you have. And this person can be scary because I think this is someone that can read you. Like they look into your soul when they look at you. You can't hide from them. There's no veil. There's no protection. There's no nothing, right? They see through you and they speak to you. Okay, and this could be a love interest for some of you, for some of you not. It could be a friend, it could be a father or mother, or someone that they just meet, or even a business contact as well. But it's someone that, like, I'm seeing like dagger eyes, but not in like a negative way, just like there's no hiding from this person. And you can't be afraid of that person. And if you choose in this moment to cling to that familiar boat, it's going to take you into a path of, you know, the hard stuff. Like you're going to need to repeat the death card. You're going to find the devil coming out. You're going to find, you know, some other, even the moon as well, right? It's like heading back into that darkness and that deep soul searching place. You're coming from that already. You're already like have done that. And now it's like, okay, well now I'm choosing the light. But you may be really second guessing the things that you're receiving from your intuition. You may be really second guessing where you're going and how this is all coming together. 3 of Cups. This is not the sign of like lightheartedness, okay? I often see this card as being like a card of seriousness. Things are about to get serious. And Virgo is a very serious sign just by nature, right? Same with the Scorpio. So you may have this like vibe of like, I gotta really do this. I gotta really push for this. I really gotta make this happen. I really have to let go. I gave too much and I'm, you know, I need to start giving back to myself. The action's gonna be hard for you. And there's the Magician. What did I talk about? So you're kind of lingering out in this Fool. So you're trying to transition from the 12th house into the 1st house. Okay. When I say the 12th to 1st house, I know it's not like a real thing. It's just kind of how I visual it in my mind. And you're kind of like clinging to this moon, knowing that you're here really. That you've started a new cycle, that you've started something, you know, you've reached true understanding about something, but yet you're having that like need to transition from the breaking free of your own undoing into that new state of consciousness. And this will happen, okay? You will find that place of, oh, did I not pull out? Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay. You may be finding it difficult, you know, because again, when there is fear, it means that love is not present. And you're having that love-fear battle. The fear is keeping you back from, you know, making steps or taking action or communicating with someone. Some of you may need to reconnect with this person, okay? This might not be like a relationship, like I said. It may be someone that comes in and out of your life, someone that's been in your life for a long time. You know, I'm not sure. But, you know, there's definitely someone coming up, or there's a presence coming up, all right? But it's really up to you to acknowledge what's really happening and to acknowledge the change. Because I think what's happening is your right brain is totally in line with yourself here. Your emotions, your heart, your feeling, everything is speaking to you that this is correct, that yes, this is the right path. But your left brain, the masculine side of you, is like, no. Left brain, no. It's telling you no. Something is blocking you. Okay? So be aware of the difference and that duality that you're experiencing, because this is the divine feminine and the divine masculine right here, right? And they must both be in alignment. So for you to reach the spiritual, which is these two, to reach the physical, which is like the Empress and the Emperor, the physical form, okay? For you to reach that, these must be together and they must be in agreement, okay? So don't work so hard at trying to understand, because you already understand. Just because it's not logical, just because it's not normal or whatever, doesn't mean it's not right. You know what's right. And this is someone that's going to help you, I believe, help you come to that place of like, yeah, this is real. And someone that won't judge you for feeling this way, or not judge you for talking about the things that you want to talk about, because they have the same thing and they are just as hidden as you are, because they know that that's not stuff that you can just normally talk about. And I think that they will be a good support system for you in kind of pushing you to grow and pushing you to accept this part of yourself. But you got to let go of the past. You got to let it go, because you can't have one foot in one boat and one foot in the next, because you know what's going to happen is eventually those boats are going to start drifting apart and you're going to fall into the water, and then you'll have no boat, no stability, no ground to stand upon. And that's really hard. That's when you start getting into the devil and the death and the moon cards, which are generally more challenging. They're not bad, they're good, but it's like the hard way of learning, you know, and you don't need, there's no need for that. You've already gone through it. You've already done it, so you don't need to repeat it, okay? All right, Virgo, I wish you nothing but the best, okay? Sorry for continually stopping the camera, but the lighting looks okay. Hopefully, lighting looks okay. So, that's it. Thank you so much, and I will see you. I am going to try to do generals this month, all right? I really am, so I'll probably be doing generals in a couple weeks. All right, thanks so much. Bye.